So we'll just
Here. It's not mysterious.
this one.
Mysterious.
Okay.
How's that?
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Hello, everybody. On a sunny day. Thank you for being here. I was introduced, I have experience in both the Plains and in Oregon for a good while now, so both of those factor a lot into my work. So I think you'll see the imagery of place. So first I want to just start with a little bit of thanks. Thank you to Howard and Lane Community Writers Series for asking me to be here. I'm very happy and pleased to be part of this. And also thank you to Valerie. I'm excited to get to hear her work and honored to get to read with her. So, and of course, thank you to all of you for being here. I'm going to start with a piece that was inspired by the fires in California. Just sort of sitting with that and with all that was going on there. It's words in the air. Flame without a parachute. I forget to breathe up here. Forget to breathe. Where are the words? Can I say them without screaming? I'm forgetting, but I want to tell you. The sound of red on water, how it meadowed in my chest, how it could breathe. Light holied up, disappearing. Water and sky, a shimmer and flame. I am forgetting to breathe, but I want to tell you. I sat on the swing with him in my lap. He laughed with his whole body at trees or the wind or the shadows my feet made. The sun was setting behind us, his baby arms open to the world like joy could be. I am breathing, and I want to tell you. There must be some kind of language for a girl holding the broken eggshell of her life to the orange-red west, for the hawk who flew above her. There must be words for the woman who wouldn't stop singing as she held the boy in the boat on fire, knowing their last breaths would be made of water or flames. I want to tell you to breathe. And so I'm going to kind of continue with the current events theme, and then we'll get that out of the way. This is called Concealed Carry. What kind of fear do I have, and where do I keep it? Does it sleep when I go to work, when I walk down the street for coffee? Who does it love? For what does it thirst? What if I choose to capture it, shove it into a barrel? What if I lock it up tight, use my fingerprint as a key? What if I say I will only take it out to clean it, to polish its case? What if I decide it is necessary, beautiful even, take it out more than to designated locations, practice aiming at targets, first only bullseyes, then shadowed men? What if that makes me feel safe? What if I get the license to carry it under my shirt or strapped to my ankle so I can take it shopping or to the movies or to drive my sister's children to school? What if I name it, make it a story? I tell myself in the dark and then in the daylight, but not out loud, not yet. What if I sleep with it under my pillow, grab hold of it one night, shake it at nothing, aim it at every window, every mirror, until I taste it? So I play with form sometimes, and I play with sound sometimes, and this next couple of poems are kind of, I'm not completely sure what I mean, but I think they're about poetry, so. Sonnets in the shape of words. 1. Where are you, my form, my breath, my reckless scaffold? I lost my eyes, but you were not afraid to speak, shivering without rest, repeating, repeating. Will I be caught in your dock laughter if I ask you back? Guardrails on the edge of the highway, 2 bright coins. 2 crows nodding towards silent west. I know you. Frame without photograph, you pressed delete. See? Now I can let the rest of these words fall from the nightstand. It's not your book now, not your pages curled into my sleeping fists. 2. Your fists are pages curled in my sleep. Blue blankets nestle against your flaming hair, kiss your hissing throat. I dream rhymes for you, and your knives forget themselves, take off their silver, slip down my throat like one blue pill. Every other breath is one I give you. I don't want to wake up, don't want to give away the sound rain makes. It's tango to nowhere, or how I hear you when I drive down Powerline Road in the dark. That hill. Your name means sound. Your name means take the keys, take my reflection. Trace this line, this face. I'm not sure which story to tell you. Worn sand or odd angles. The shape is I'm sorry. The shape is a lie I've forgotten to tell. Taste this, trace this, my face facing you first. This story is a shovel, a dying hen that opened her eyes. I thought she was dead already. The hole had been dug, flies everywhere. I lifted the shovel. A shovel, a sharp drop down, nick first. This line traced around my wrists. You gave me a necklace, or I wished you had. Traced my wrists with the string of it, tasted your name on my skin. Let me show you. This story is a nest. Hawks, the squawk of them. Their hunger leaving its clean skeletons beneath the trees. I say this like it will explain, as if graced as a gift anything can want. Shadows of leaves on concrete leave traces splintered in sand. Can you taste it? Trace its fingers back into my fists? This story is a finch in winter. I was supposed to give you yellow. Lines traced carefully on silver maps. I was supposed to dig up a piece of me. I'm sorry. I've forgotten the shape. The sound sleep traces the line, tracing its face to find itself, find its way back to you. The shape I've lost. A lie, a fist, a shovel. So I've got a couple poems here that sort of deal with memory and the familiar sort of transformed. So, I don't know, that's enough. We'll see what they say. Under God, indivisible. It's all still sound. She's never seen it written down. Commas do not exist yet. Words are just beginning to take shape on the black lines and curves of pages. She wonders if it's God's last name. She can't quite divide the words, separate them, sort them out like nuts and bolts in her dad's garage. Pledge allegiance. She's never asked where they come from. Piles mixed up with dirt, nails, colorful electrical things she can't name. She doesn't ask questions. She sorts. Decides which bucket. 5/16, 3/8, 1/2. Black marker labels, numbers and slashes. She doesn't know they divide invisible holes into fractions. She's barely started subtraction. She checks by choosing a nut from a bucket, twists bolts in just a little to see if they fit. It's all sound. She hears him coming, not sure if she got it right or did enough. Nuts and bolts make such a crash on concrete. Under God. Indivisible, from metal and freeze and him. And don't cry, and the whole bucketful kicked across the dirty garage floor, fractions aligning themselves into phrases repeated every morning as stars spread across blue fields, hands over hearts. The whole sky pigeons, their filthy wings. I had my chart read once. The man who read it said it was, I had my chart read once. The man who read it was dying. He said it was an interesting combination, asked what kind of pain was attached to my mother. He said I might not remember. Of course, I don't remember if it was snowing when I was born, but my father said he shoveled the driveway every night. He wanted to be ready. Get out of the way, she said. Something is scratching in the attic again tonight. I thought I had sealed everything up. An attic is a cellar above the living. A downside up darkness, on the other side something scratching. I can only look at the sun if fog or smoke are between us. Something is alive up there, scratching insulation, a sound behind plaster, seeking warmth. There's nothing I can do tonight to stop it from breaking something on the other side. Dark letters scratching. Get out of the way, she said. I wasn't listening at first. The shovel was heavy. My breath was ice smoke, and the walk was nearly finished, but she wanted out of the driveway. She almost hit me. Isn't it interesting that I remember sky becoming a fragment? Snow crunching against pavement. Gloves. I think there was a pigeon. So we just passed April, but this is April prayers. April prayers. I don't know why, and all you do is never answer. Easter ghosts wait for morning light to rise like sparrows startled from their feeders, fearing crows. Crows ratchet the air. I don't know how to answer why scars age into gray or moons turn orange. I don't know how to ask about empty graves or running bones. You never answer. All you do is laugh in the sky, placing bets on white tulips, on how much blood lies between heaven and hell. I don't know if I can say this. No more folded hands. No more white shoes. No ruffles except these questions, this not knowing, these heavy monsters resting on the sacred unmaking of stars. Answers you never gave grow wings. I don't know why, but I know something rises green, not white at all. I know you never answered with words or doves. You closed your eyes, sent me crows. And fathers always mean many things in my poems, so, this is Father. I did not come to find forgiveness, yours or mine. I came to watch light age beyond the grasp of elms and cedars. I came to dance like sky could fill my arms. Once I brought you treasures, necklaces of knotted grass, mud and stone shaped into bowls, a rusty nail. I did not come to take them or to try again. I came to watch wind blowing tumbleweeds and dust. I came to see wheat fields stretching into oceans. From here, I could reach back, take the hand of the girl I was. From here, I could reach out, take the hand that is still yours. From here, I could reach up, spread my hands, touch the sun. I did not come all this way for a red-tailed hawk, but here she is, riding the currents. Do you see her? So I got the generous gift of some time for this thing, so I wanted to share some poems from this kind of chapbook thing that I've been working on and trying to send out. They all kind of center around experiencing anxiety and working with OCD, sort of in particular. So I'm going to share this with you in that journey, and yeah, that's where I'm going to start out with that. This is In the Dark. This is the summer things start to repeat. She's 9. She learned to read when she was 5. She learned to love God before she could read. She learned she's evil every night. This is the summer the demons arrive, demons who say things she must never speak. Red and blue dots swirl like monsters that fly. This is the summer things start to repeat. She'll start to wash later, start to pray. Start shutting books for the way they make noise. Tonight, when her parents turn out the lights, she will say the same goodnight until they say goodnight again. Then she has no choice. Answer back, or someone might die. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Lost. I'm so sorry. I tried to find where she was hidden, looked under rocks, behind the little shed. I picked up pieces of glass. I watered the plants, tried to plant seeds. I watched the 4 trees to the west, watched them hold daylight and streetlights, then waited for birds to come. I waited for lightning. A pigeon sits on the wire above my window. She's been there all night. I'm afraid of what she is asking. I try to remember the names I taught to my niece, names of stars. I try to remember the way the feather looked in her hand. I am trying so hard. The cats nap in my silence. They wait. If only I could look hard enough, I could find her. I have not done all the laundry, but the dishes are clean, the floors are washed, the sheets are folded, safe on their shelf. My hands are red. I'll wash them again. It won't bring her home, but the water is hot. It is moving. Soap is an ocean of lavender, and one day it will take everything. The pigeon is dark gray with bright pink feet. She tells stories, coos hallucinations. I cannot see her eyes. The water waits in them, waits in this little sky. I have to find a way to turn it back into rain. She might leave the gate open behind her like a fallen tree. She might drop a penny. She might not drown. I'm not sure I want her to leave now. She's going to wake up covered in dew. She's going to leave me without any chance of finding the ocean, without any milk or bread or daffodils. The last of the clean knives are in the sink. She's left the bracelet lying in the drawer. It's nothing to be afraid. It's just lonely. Somewhere, someone is dreaming of a pigeon. She's lifting her wings. Someone is painting her face in a mirror. Someone is lifting her arms, painting her breasts. Her feathers are falling into the sink, drowning in the water I can't leave behind. This is leave the lights off. Whatever's dark is hidden. Hidden's not my fault. It won't be my fault if I don't see the brown spot on the baseboard or on the carpet or pressed into the seam of the couch or the mattress or where chair legs meet chairs. I won't get the Scotch tape, remove the spot carefully, go to the brighter bathroom light. I won't use the magnifying app, take pictures, Google images of bedbugs and lice. I won't see pictures of insects laid against dimes for sizing. I won't look for a dime. I won't research exterminators, decide to call, not call, not call. Should I have called? I won't wash it down the drain. Why did I wash it down the drain? If I hadn't, would I know it was a bit of cat litter or bark mulch or an innocent other bug that doesn't ruin everything, doesn't make myself, my home, my touch, into infestations, threatening lovers, strangers, anything, everyone I love? I love you. I used to just leave. The lights off. Please. So one of the gifts of working with anxiety can be finding the right therapist. So therapists are in these next 2 poems. Before the end of the hour, she sits there filling a legal pad with what spills out of me. Recorded ocean tumbles through, asks me to describe what tastes like rain. Why is it always water? Why isn't it wind or a comfortable chair? I've asked her this before. She gives me back the wheat field, the bluish shirt. I remember the cat, how the red light changes. Puddles fill up the streets, drops fall into them. I don't know how I hear them speak. It's like when Harry Potter talks to snakes without hearing that his words are hissing. I can't tell her the ditches, though. so close to the road, so full of sky. I can't tell her I'm driving too fast. She'll want me to practice stopping. The towels at home are still never quite dry. Midwinter. So much night is coming, and all I see is bright. Spattered light tatters naked trees. I'm stuck staring at the rented movie in my hand. The white splashes could be anything. I didn't notice. Pulling it out of the machine, red label, clear case. Dry stains of a once splattered something. How long have I been holding it? The smear has to be touching my hand. Where can I set it down? Should I return it? She says to let this be present. She says to try to sit still until it recedes, but this is how the longest night arrives. A touch, a carelessness, an accident, a smudge. And I think friends are also in always important, so they're friends in these two. Driving towards it. All the way to LA, you kept hearing the quiets. So much repeating, every mile closer to sheets, chairs, baseboards, every brown spot a quarter-inch or smaller. We passed hills dressed in California poppies. I used to call them orange flag flowers, name them for the plastic flags on wires I placed as a child next to prairie dog holes we filled with poison. I wanted to open the door, jump out, give you the courage not to stop. I wanted to make them my flags, their bees kissing my face, covering my lungs in their orange quilts. But I stayed. I tried to talk, and you kept driving towards the unspoken. And this is May. It's the right month now. The great green comes. Moss still hangs in branches where leaves spread their shade closer than clouds can bear. Once you told me things I couldn't hear yet, couldn't speak beneath that hard February rain. Rain covered the snow, coated every branch in echoes and frozen light. You told me things. I tried to remember. I could only hear branches cracking, limbs splitting into jagged breaks against so much white. Maybe you tried to walk me home. I want to see you there. I want your words. I know I got lost, watching unbroken buds seal their joy in crystal cases, watch them close their eyes. But look, now maple seeds cover the ground with their little wings. Even the thrush comes to drink this strange breath, this almost song. And this last one is for the little girl in the beginning. It's called Beside You in the Dark. I know you can hear me, even though it's so noisy. Watch me. Just look. I'll keep my eyes on the lights. The red and blue bits of swirling disaster, I see them too. Don't let them take your words. They aren't demons, not the way you think. Under your breath, you're amen and again and a bell ringing a grope. Some songs are knives slicing into peaches, but sleep is not an absence. Can I tell you a story? Inside each night, one dream holds a bird. Its feathers are made of rain, cool morning rain, a shimmer of mirrored light in branches or on a fence post or hidden under the eaves. When you see that bird, green finds its leaves, your sister laughs, and all the gods and fathers breathe quiet breaths. They lay down their fists. They tell you the story of how you were made, how the stars look back at us, how none of this is your fault. Watch the cat sleep. See how she chatters, moves. Maybe she's found the bird. Maybe it's flying over the water now, and that dreaming cat is finding wings of her own. Wouldn't that be something? So I'll stop anxiety and give you just a couple more. I fly a lot for work and to see my family, and so this is Flight 1063, Dallas to Guatemala City. I forget that not everyone has seen clouds like this, like reaching out and touching them before falling. Sunset over ocean spreads orange against the wing. I've forgotten words, left them in screens of absence. Red kisses my hair, no sharp edges. Light drawing into the string of itself, changing the world to silhouette. A decade after she left, I still dream her. I tell her to leave every time now. Her brown eyes break my breath against the glass. Below, clouds make little boats of themselves, skipping stones above dark ocean, rippling black slate. They say loneliness is deadlier than smoking. The signs just say no smoking. They don't warn you not to fall asleep. The magazine says the Mayan sun god changed into a jaguar at night. Dark teeth and a bright smile, dark claws made of light. When I dream her, she is not a jaguar. She is a great branch falling, stopping traffic. Saws come out, breath steams the glass. Jungle is covering the temple of the night sun. They found it with maps made of laser beams raining from planes. I can't stop looking as light leaves me behind. Black swallowing flight, burying its crystal heart in the cave below, green growing over. The street-filled cities ahead and behind me soaking in shadows, whispering, uncover me. And so besides being in planes where the sky is half the world, I also get to work for a cruise company and be on giant ships where the sky is half the world, in ocean at the same time. So this last poem I'll share with you, it's kind of a breakup poem actually, but it's also a poem of place and being in that place between where all the world is filled with water and sky, which is one of my favorite places in the world to be. So I'll share it with you. You called me beautiful. The middle of blue, all the world made of ocean and sky. I have been slow to let you go. You woke me up, stood at my door, opened a window. You turned off the lights. I never meant to care, but you, and then I, and then. Now the whole world is hurricanes, earthquakes, weapons. Yet here is this blue that I found, that you left behind, this something new awake, sea and sky, water and stars.